Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your general guidance for May with me, Julie Poole. Hello, welcome or welcome back. Thank you for being here. Get yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, tea and tarot time with Julie. Get your feet up. Let's see what's going on for my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and cross-watching. However you want to watch it, okay? We're going to look at your general energy, then we're going to add in another layer for money and career and another layer for loving connections. See what is going on. Let's have a look. Let's bring the camera down and we're going to use the wisdom of the oracle, and I think I want some animal oracle as well before we move into the tarot. So what are the general energies, the general themes, please? Okay, to the sea, that's a card about cleansing, clearing. Here and now, they want you to get on with it, okay? And all that glitters. Okay, all right, let me get you an animal oracle as well. And we can see what's going on for my Sagittarius, please. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Okay. All right. Now, let's get the tarot so we can find out a little bit more. It starts to pull it all together, doesn't it? This is the Tarot of Dreams. How are you? How are you doing? Are you well? Are you all right? Let me know in the comments how you've been. Okay, Six of Swords, we're moving on. Four of Cups, you're wanting more. Eight of Wands, definitely wanting more. Five of Cups, okay, somebody's been driving you nuts. Okay, Judgment. The Lovers. The Two of Coins and the Nine of Coins. Double message here of independence. Okay, let's get your affirmations. These are mine from Hoping to Having. For my Sagittarius, please. Activating the I am. And kindness. Okay. I want a couple of these. These are the everyday spirit guide affirmation cards. Okay, then we can pull it together, see what's happening for you. Change. And no. Okay. Right. Let's have a look then, guys, and see what is happening. All right. I find this last row quite interesting. Claim your independence with the Nine of Coins, which is independence, and that Five of Cups in the middle. So the Five of Cups is a card of disappointment and sadness. So this can be, well, it is. My team are saying it is. It's linked in with dependency, which is why we have this independence either side of it. Because when we can, and we do, we get sucked in and we get upset because of what's going on around us, particularly when we feel we need that person or we need that situation, rather than everything I need is within me. It doesn't necessarily take away the sadness, but it's a way of managing it, coping with it, overcoming it, neutralizing it. We will find out some more. But something's been going on and you're being asked to go to the sea, okay, so that you can have this rebirth, this moving on from what has been difficult. To the sea is a card of cleansing, releasing. She's in a little bath, a little boat there, okay, and she's been sort of writing, journaling, letting go, freeing herself from what was in the way. So has something been going down that has been quite challenging or difficult for you? Or is this what? No. Okay, I'm just listening to my team. This can be coming in for you over the next few weeks. Or it's already happened and you are moving out of that space. Only you will know. It's a general reading for my Sagittarius. So to the sea, what do I need to shed, clear, release, let go of? We can't all get to the sea. If you can, fabulous. If you can't, that's okay. Get under the shower, get in the bath. Water is very cleansing. We always feel better for it, don't we, when we've had a shower or a bath. Cleanse away the energy, the negativity, the heaviness, the toxicity. Just let it go. Journaling can help as well. You know, write a letter in your mind to that situation and then burn it, because you're releasing it. Okay, you can be journaling to understand a situation and raise the awareness. Whatever you need to do, something is being released here to enable you to move on. I love these two cards underneath it. The Six of Wands is moving on to better times, calmer times, smoother waters. All right, after the water's been a bit choppy, we cleanse, we clear, and we can then move on into our rebirth. The Judgment is rising up from the ashes. You know, after I've done my cleansing, after I've energetically said I'm moving on from that person, space, situation, whatever it is, now I'm rising up. Now I'm in my rebirth. The old life is done. I'm moving into something new. Now, this is where they're asking me to bring this one in. Okay. I am now activating the I am within me. I am allowing the divine intelligence within me to assist me in creating my greatest life. When we activate the I am, well, first of all, what is the I am? It's the God force within you. It's the creative force. It's the divine force, the divine intelligence within you. It's your connection to God, source, the universe. When you activate it, and I do this every day, I do it particularly before every single reading I do, because I want that energy to come from divinity and not from me. All right, connecting in with the I am. And all you need to do is declare it. I am connecting with the I am within me. And when we are saying I'm allowing the I am to assist me in creating my greatest life, then we find that we're moving towards what is good for us and away from what is bad for us, because we're giving permission to the universe to say thank you for helping me create my best life. And so that activating the I am is what instigates the change. Okay, the change. Make space for the new. Change is coming. Allow change to unfold. We're in this very powerful time. March and April, and I know this is for May, but March and April are bringing stuff up to be cleared, to be removed, to be released, to be understood, so that we can now in May and going forward start to really create our best life. So use the I am within you, the divine intelligence, the divine guidance, because it will help you and assist you. Okay? Now we've also got this message of kindness. I am kind. I show kindness, and kindness comes back to me tenfold. It's the receive energy. When we're in this energy of kindness, which is a high vibration, kindness to ourselves, to our circumstances, to our situations, be kind, and being kind to other people, you'll find that that kindness comes back to you. Something wasn't for you, or was for you but isn't for you anymore. We've got the no card here. The answer is no, right? So if you've been asking yourself, could I fix this and not clear it? Can I make it all better? Can I just go back to what I had before? The answer is no. You can't go back to what you had before. You've grown. You've outgrown whatever it was. You've grown into a different energy, a different vibration. So that change is happening, ready or not. It's happening. So we don't like change. We want it. We welcome it. We kind of say, oh yeah, I want this to be better. Well, that means change. But then we don't like the change. It's a weird dichotomy that we have as a human species. We need to evolve and grow and change, but we resist the change. All right. We get kind of stuck in our little comfort zones, don't we? And so that comfort zone gets more and more uncomfortable until the idea of change is less painful than staying where you are. And so that change is happening. And so you can't go back. We have to go forward. It's time to go forward. Okay? So we're going to cleanse and clear, and we're going to go forward into our future. But the future is always in the future. So we do this and we're in a new now. We're in a new present. We're in a new space. The here and now is exactly what it says on the tin. The past is done. The future isn't here yet. So I'm focusing on what I want to create here and now. Now I'm using the word create because she's popping her head out of that egg. And eggs represent the good stuff cracking open, the new life cracking open. This is a number 32, and that is a 5, and 5s are change energies, change numbers, and sometimes it's uncomfortable change. So we're in this change, but we're breaking through and breaking free. And it's happening for all of us, regardless of your sign. You know, if you look at some of your other placements, you know, if you're watching this for your sun, if you check out your moon or your rising or your Venus, you'll find very similar messages for everybody at this time. You know, it's time, breaking through, breaking free. We're all of us in this energy. Different star signs have a different emphasis. And your key emphasis is about independence and clearing so that you can step into this new energy. But you're breaking through and breaking free. You're looking at your life and saying what works, what doesn't. The Four of Cups is a card generally of stagnancy, of boredom, of, you know, I'm just feeling unfulfilled. It's not terrible, but it's not exciting. It's not filling me full of passion and motivation. So I'm looking at it here and now about what do I want to create? And then I'm going to step into making a decision about that. We've got the Lovers card here, Major Arcana card next to this, Judgment. So for some of you, this can be about your current relationship with your significant other, saying, I'm dissatisfied, I'm bored, I'm stagnant, I want more, we're not really connecting. So it can be about love, but it doesn't have to be. The Lovers is about following the heart, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, whether it's a happy relationship or an unhappy relationship. The Lovers is about listen to your heart and make a decision from your heart, not your head. So what is that decision? That I want to feel more fulfilled, more enriched. I want to be kinder to myself. I want to be kinder to others. This change is happening and I can't go back to where it was. So what do I want to create going forward? So you're in this space. See, I like the Four of Cups, even though it can be perceived as a negative card, boredom, stagnancy, meh, right? But we, all of us, will get to a point where we outgrow something in our life, but we get a little bit stuck there. So as it becomes more uncomfortable, it shows us that it doesn't fit anymore, it doesn't work anymore. So then we can take action to make those changes. And we're going to follow the heart. What does the heart say? What does the heart want? Now, when I'm looking at what I want, because I want to feel more fulfilled and enriched, and I'm being offered a new cup here and I'm contemplating it. Do I want it? Is it the right thing for me? I want to really look at it a little bit deeper with that All That Glitters card. You see, there's masks there sitting on top with the face of the universe looking down, right? And masks represent obviously kind of putting a mask on, just looking at the surface, not really knowing what's underneath. And the All That Glitters, you probably heard the saying, is not necessarily gold. So is it good for me? Is it fitting the new me? Because the past is gone. We're in this change, okay? Does this goal, what I want, what I perceive as fulfilling, is it actually fulfilling? So for example, this might be, I want to get that promotion because there's extra money, and it will excite me. Right, when I drill down, it might be that I've got to do an extra 10, 20 hours a week, or I've got to travel much more for it and be away from my family more. And I could weigh all of that up and then make a decision. Is it really good for me? Or is it just shiny, shiny, but scratch the surface and it's not really what I want underneath? We find this often, we'll look at it when we go to the money and career part, but very often we can be applying for a job that looks on the surface shiny, shiny, but when we actually drill down to the detail, it's worse than what we've actually got, or it's just not the right thing. So I just want to get clear about, is what I want, because I'm figuring out here what's going to fulfill me. I'm going to just scratch the surface and go a bit deeper, and then I can take it forward in a fully confident decision that my heart is saying yes, or my heart is saying no to this one, but I'm going to find something else, because either way I'm moving forward. But I want to make sure that what I'm moving forward in is right for me. and that is going to bring me the balance that I'm looking for. The Two of Coins is a card of balance. So I want to have enough money, but I want to have enough energy and health and time for me and my family. Is that going to work for me? So I want to bring the balance in. So I'm examining how I'm moving forward, right? Using the I Am, that divine intelligence, to guide me to create the change that is in my highest good, my best interest, the best possible outcome for me. But I want to focus on, I want balance. So, harmony. Is this going to work for me? You're in this change. You're moving towards this greater independence. That independence doesn't necessarily mean being on your own or being single. We can be independent within a relationship. Well, let me just quantify that. We can be independent within a healthy relationship. An unhealthy relationship will not like your independence. They want you to be dependent on them. Whether that's male or female, it doesn't matter. You know, those are the relationships that are needy and clingy and possessive. They don't like you thinking for yourself or making your own decisions or needing time by yourself. They want you to be joined at the hip and be with them all the time. Now, this can be people, but it can also be jobs. I need that job. I can't survive without it. And then we become attached to it. And then we say, okay, this is my life. Rather than being able to step back and say, actually, the skills for this job are within me, and I can take me to another job with those skills somewhere else, because I'm independent. I'm not dependent on anything or anyone for my survival or my happiness. So you're breaking free from what has been dependent. You might have been dependent on a substance, on a person, on a job, on anything. But you're breaking free, breaking through and saying, I'm claiming my independence. Yes, I can have people around me in wonderful partnerships that respect my independence, because it frees them to also be independent. And two independent coming together in a relationship is beautiful. So there is a strong emphasis, because we've got the Nine of Coins underneath this as well, which is a card of independence. I meet my own needs. Yeah, I can be with you, but I'm not dependent on you for my happiness or survival. I can provide for my own needs. Emotionally, materially, I'm good, okay? Because this Five of Cups is a card of regret and sadness. And so if you've needed to break free from a relationship that was codependent and you've been feeling sadness about it, that's all right. But try not to feel regret about it. You've learned something, you've grown from something, you've absorbed the learning, because that's the Judgment. The Judgment card is, I've learned everything I can learn from this situation, and now it's time for me to grow into the next version of me. Growing up a ladder in terms of my vibration, my awareness, my strength. I'm ready, and I'm ready now. All right? Okay. Anything else? Yes, they're saying clarify. Okay. Let me clarify this a little bit more. What are we clarifying? Let's look at this to the sea. Five of Coins. See, the two fives, these are both negative cards. Five of Coins is lack period, really. Okay, it's victim energy. It's nobody loves me, nobody cares, I'm on my own, I don't have enough, I can't provide for myself, I'm left out in the cold. It's a heavy energy, and this is what's being cleared. Okay, this please help me. Whereas she is, I'll help myself, I'll fix this, I'll sort it out. Okay, so we're shifting from that mindset to this independent, abundant mindset. That's what needs to be cleared. Okay, that's what you're moving on from. That's what you're rising above from. What's this all that glitters about, please? King of Cups and the Magician. All right, I like that. Okay, so the King of Cups is compassion, a warm heart, protective, mature, emotionally intelligent, along with the Magician, the creator, the alchemist. I can turn something that was potentially not real into something that is really powerful for me. It's strengthened me. It's enabled me to see what I couldn't see before. I've got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck again. So this could be for some of you what a relationship that looked shiny, that looked super, but actually wasn't. And you've come out of that in this, I'm claiming my independence, I'm strong and powerful, and I can do this. Isn't this interesting? See, the light is not changing outside, but all of a sudden the light is changing very strongly on the table, and now it's going back. It's as if the sun suddenly came out and it didn't. Right, so they're really lighting this up now. You have figured something out that was significant, important for you, that you've realized that what you thought was shiny and looked super actually wasn't. But you are the winner, because you have come out of it on top, manifesting and mastering your independence. I love that for you. Okay, anything else you want me to clarify, please? Yeah, the Two of Coins, they're saying. All right, so what is this balance? We need to move on. Six of Swords again. So we've got the Six of Swords twice. Look at any part of your life, Sagittarius, that's been off, out of balance and wobbly, and say, right, how can I move on from this to smoother times, easier times? I've got the Magician, I'm in my alchemy, I can move forward, I'm ready to move forward. So 3 messages are moving forward here. So that forward movement is into balance, and so you're being asked to do it a different way. If you've done what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. So we're doing it differently. The Two of Wands is going in a different direction. That can just be a small tweak, right? If you think about a big ship, they've only got to move the compass a point of a degree and they'll end up in a completely different place. We haven't got to do a massive turnaround or make huge changes. Small changes add up. So there is a change here. So what is that change? What is the change, please, for Sagittarius? Three of Wands and Page of Cups. So the Three of Wands, that change is to look at your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your desires, and to align with them to say, do they fit me now? Because I've changed, I've grown, I'm moving on. What is the goal and the dream now? This is your ships coming in. So how we go in a different direction is to focus on the goal. And perhaps this is an old goal you've forgotten about or you've given up on, right? But we're moving back into it with that Page of Cups, because this is creating the opportunity for you to create greater happiness, to create that fulfillment and that enrichment that you are wanting. So the past is done. The change is here. We're moving into this new space that's more independent, that's more heart-led, that is more magical. So you've got this, all right? This is nice. Okay, let's have a look at money and career. Let me just have a mouthful of tea. We're going to look at the financial side. Okay, Sagittarius. These are mine from hoping to having wealth and success. So we're going to take what we've already got on the table. We're adding another layer. All right. Okay. If you're retired and you're not interested in the work side, just take the money side. Okay. I let go of fear of failure. Now, Scorpio just had this. Same card in the same place. Okay. I let go of fear of failure. I accept that failures may happen. I see failures as growth opportunities. Right, so if that didn't work, what have I learned from it? How have I grown from it? What will I do different next time? Because bear in mind, we've got that 2 and the 3 of Wands together, that growth. Okay, when we see consecutive numbers going up, it's showing that growth. So try not to see things as failures as such. What have I learned from this? What would I do different next time? And take that growth and see it as a wonderful opportunity. See it as a blessing. I've learned so much here. Perhaps I gave my independence away. Perhaps I, whatever it is for you. Take the learning and take it forward into your new life, which is unfolding right now. Okay. All right, let's add in some tarot. This is the Rider-Waite deck. Money and career, please, for Sagittarius. Money and career. Thank you. Okay. Four of Cups on the top of the Four of Cups. So a double message here about where am I bored, stagnant, stale, what isn't working for me, what is unfulfilling for me. Not in a negative way, but in a curious way. I want you to approach it with a curious mind, okay? Let me look at my relationships, my finances, my work, right? This is in the money and career sector here. Where is it stagnant? What have you outgrown? Where are you ready for growth? Examine it all. What hasn't worked? What isn't working anymore, perhaps, and used to work? It's because I've outgrown it, not because anything's failed, that is just not working anymore. Okay, so look at it. It's useful information. We can see that Four of Cups as negative or positive. I see it as positive. When I'm aware what isn't working, then I know what areas I need to focus on. Okay, so in terms of money and career, we're using the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Truth, to cut through illusion and confusion and get clear. So this is all about getting very clear on what do we all want? To feel fulfilled, to feel of value, to feel content, to feel happy, to feel financially secure. That's what we generally all want. All right, so what do I need to change and look at? What have I outgrown in those areas? So I'm using that Queen of Swords to really get clear. I want to feel safe and secure. I want to feel there's enough, but I want to feel fulfilled. Right, so once you know what that is for you, okay, then you're going to stand in your power. The courage of your convictions, the Seven of Wands, is all about standing up for yourself, saying, right, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm not backing down. I'm not changing my mind. I'm not going to be talked out of it. I figured out, so say, for example, I've been in the same job for a while. I learned everything within the first 3 months, and I'm now 2 years on, bored out of my tiny brains. And so, right, let's own it and say, right, I'm going to get a bigger job, a more complicated job, something that will stretch me and grow me, not break me. All right, we all like a little bit of challenge. We don't like too much challenge when it's too hard, but equally we don't like it being too easy because it's so boring. All right, we're in this growth spurt. Now that could be the work itself, or the people you work with, or the mission, the underlying energy. You're making a decision here. The decision's made. You figured it out. You've got clear, and then you're standing in your courage of your convictions to say, right, I've got the magician underneath, I've got my magic, I've got my alchemy, I'm making changes. So, whoa, there's the change. Four of Wands is a beautiful energy for money and career. Four of Wands is new home for those of you trying to sell or buy or get a mortgage or get a loan or find a new rental. This is upgrades, improvements, promotions. This is, I've put the cornerstones in and now I'm ready to take my life to the next level. I've done what I need to do. The foundations are there and now I can go up a level. It's always the Four of Wands about an improvement, about growing something to the next level. So we've got the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and now the Four of Wands, this upward trajectory of I'm taking my life to the next level. So this is looking really good. The courage, your convictions, that Seven of Wands is key here. So you're figuring things out, you're getting clear, you're making a decision and you're standing by it. And through that alchemy, that decision is what brings the promotion or the sale or the loan through. Okay, so it looks very good for money and career. Let's have a look now at loving connections. So this can be romantic or platonic. This can be family, work colleagues. Okay, quite a lot of information. I want to read this to you, so let me come up here with you. All right, let's have a look. This is your loving connections affirmation. I believe that love is respect, care, trust, loyalty, honor, kindness, acceptance, openness, and vulnerability. I am aligned with all of these qualities and have them in abundance in my being. All right. Interesting message that you have for loving connections, identifying all those different aspects, and they're not all of them. There are so many different aspects of what makes love up, the ingredients, but these are the key ingredients for most people. And so it's bringing your attention into those key ingredients. When we're looking at what we're cleansing, what we've outgrown, our independence, when we're looking at everything that's on the table, and saying, right, in terms of my loving connections, my loving relationships, if I believe that love is respect, am I respected? Do I respect myself? Care, trust, loyalty, honour, kindness, acceptance, openness, and vulnerability. Those are the key ingredients. If I really want my relationships to be truly loving and authentic, then I want them to embody these basic ingredients. But if they don't, I need to look within and say, do I embody them? Do I embody them for myself? Do I believe them? Do I act on them for myself? And do I spread that out in terms of the way I view other relationships? So am I loving, respectful, caring, loyal, honouring, kind, open and vulnerable with others? Look at all of those and examine yourself as to whether you are aligned with them. And if you're not, make that choice, make that decision. We've got the lovers on the table, decisions from the heart, that I'm aligning with those. I am aligned to all of those qualities and have them in abundance in my being. When you are in that space, you'll find that the relationships around you either leave because they're so not in alignment with that, or they come closer because they are. And also, the universe loves to fill a void. So if anybody does leave your life, as you realize they don't honor me, they don't respect me, they don't care about me, they're not open and vulnerable with me, they're closed and cold, then why are they in my life? As I allow them to move out, the universe will fill it with people who are like that, because that's the way it works. Okay? All right, let's find out some more. I'm going to use which ones did I use there? Right, I've used them already, so I don't want to use them again. Okay, this is the Tarot Royale. Tell me more about loving connections for Sagittarius, please. Okay. Two of Wands again, which we've got over here. We're going to do it differently. We're looking in a different direction. We're getting out of our comfort zone. We're allowing things to open up. We're moving forward towards something stable, solid, secure, and lasting. The King of Pentacles is extremely secure in who he is. Not just secure financially, which of course he is. He's the King of Pentacles. But he's also secure within himself. He's grounded, he's practical, he's earthed, he is solid, right? You want to move towards that solidity within yourself and within your relationships. So what do we need to do differently? We need to be more independent, yeah? We need to be more heart-centered, making decisions from the heart. And we need to choose. We've got the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck again. If it wants to come, it'll come. We need to choose. I choose stability and solidity. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready for change in terms of my loving relationships. Okay? That which needs to go is going. This can be old energy, old thinking. Doesn't necessarily mean with the world the end of a marriage or the end of a friendship. It means the end of the old cycle, the old way, and making changes. And so some of that can be relationships moving out. And if they are not aligned with these key components of a loving relationship, then they can be moved out to the fringes of my life and put in the category of acquaintances rather than close friends, or I spend less time with that particular family member who has no idea of the concept of respect. Then I'm just going to move away from that, okay? The world is completion. So the old cycle, the old way of doing it is done. The Two of Wands is saying we need to do it differently. We need to move towards the abundance, the security, the stability. That's what we're moving into. So tell me more about love and connections. Yeah, they just double clarification. 8 of Cups. Come away from what was the old. Come away from the old ways of doing it. Leave behind you those that foster unhappiness and dependence. Just allow yourself to move into your new space. Follow your feelings. The moon is here. Follow the emotions. They will guide you. What do my feelings say? What does my heart say? What's my intuition say? I don't need all the answers. You see, with the 8 of Cups, he's heading towards the moon, which represents the unknown. I don't quite know where I'm going forward. I just know I'm going forward. And now I'm in the moon energy, allowing things to be shown at the right time. This is trust. This is evolving. Allowing yourself to move towards new choices and new options with that 7 of Cups and the Chariot. So we have this forward movement in terms of love and connections. The people that truly love and honor and are loyal will come with you. Those who are not, you're leaving behind. You're allowing that change to take place. You're in a different energy here, and you're doing it very differently to give you a very different outcome. The Chariot is here to say we are moving forward, okay? There's no reins on these sphinxes in front. She's moving them forward purely through her will, her determination. She's saying, I'm ready to move forward and I am the master of my reality. All right? Okay. Let's finish off with an angel message for you. You're reading so much longer than everybody else's, Sagittarius, but that's all right. Letting go. Could they make it any clearer? You've got letting go, change, moving in a different direction, moving on, moving forward. What do you need to let go of, my beautiful people? Who or what do you need to let go of? Because this is the time to do it. To the sea, cleansing. We're moving on and letting go. We've got the 6 of Swords repeatedly, the 8 of Cups, the world. We're moving on. Something new. Living your best life. All right. So Sagittarius, that is what I have for you for May. I hope it was helpful. If it was, do me a favor and give it a like, share even if you want to share it with others. And if you haven't yet, do think about subscribing. It really helps my channel to grow and other people to find these videos and enables me to make more of these free videos for you. So thank you. I will be back on Friday. Every Friday around 6 o'clock UK time, I post the weekly collective energy message. Don't worry that it doesn't say Sagittarius on it. There will be something there for you. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.